Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel, that is the R in the RK Stumblingbear, and I'm a reader and a writer. And today I am doing a special tribute video because my sister's birthday is in the month of September, and I thought I would talk about some of my favorite books with sisters. And this is books with sister dynamics I like, so they're not going to be the contentious ones. So I'm going to talk about 5 books, but first, some honorable mentions. 4th week, Violet and her sister. You don't get a lot of their relationship on page, but you can tell that they have a pretty good depth, especially as her sister at the very beginning is coaching her how to survive. Home by Nanedia Corafor. This is the second in a novella trilogy, and this deals with the different cultural dynamic where families actually decide what every member of the family is going to do. And in the first one, Binti ran away to go to school, which is what she wanted to do, not what the family had decided for her to do. So in Home, she's not coming back, and then we get to see her dynamic with her siblings, watching them come to grips with who she is, but also dealing with the ramifications that she ran away in the first book. But now she's home and has an alien friend. I thought it was a very interesting sibling dynamic. Yeah. The Autumn Bride by Anne Gracie. This has Abigail and Jane, who are real sisters, and then they have some adopted sisters that they self-adopted as they are trying to better their lives so that they are safe. And Abigail more just wants to make sure her sisters are good and taken care of, and Jane wants to have a life of comfort. Not necessarily rich, but she definitely does not want to follow the path that their mother followed. And that comes to be another conflict point later in the series. Falling in Love at Nightingale Farm by Emma Bennett. Polly and her sister have actually a very fun relationship. We get to see that Polly in some ways has kind of put her sister on a pedestal, but doesn't actually understand how her sister feels about her own life. And they get to have that conversation in this book, as well as you get to see them actually get along. And it's not just like, oh, my sister is wanting me to do something, so I'll ignore her. No, we get a fun dynamic here. Notorious Sorcerer by Davina Evans. And I know that this is not Notorious Sorcerer, but I don't have a physical copy of that one. In this, we have Zagari and Anaid, who are at different places in their lives, maturity-wise, but we still get to see them as they work together in a society that is very family-oriented. American Street by Ibi Zoboi. This is not the main character, but her cousins are sisters, and watching them as they will kind of pick at each other and squabble, but if anybody else from the outside comes after them, oh hell no, they band together. And they do bring in their cousin into their dynamic as well, so that is fun to see. Cat Incorrigible by Stephanie Burgess. This is a story with 3 sisters who all have different kind of wants and needs going on, and there's magic involved. Valentina Salazar is Not a Monster Hunter by Zoraida Cordova is a middle grade story, and we get to see 2 different sister dynamics in this one with the main character. Valentina is the youngest of 4. She has 2 older sisters and an older brother, and one of her older sisters left. It's explained in the story, and so she has a complicated relationship with her. And then her oldest, and then the second sister who is still there, they're having some differences of opinions. It all gets sorted, and it's a very sweet family story. Princess Academy by Shannon Hale. I forget the older sister's name, but the older sister is just a few months older than the prince, so then she is not allowed to go to the Princess Academy because she's not eligible to be the prince's bride because she's older than him. And then we have Mary, who is sent, having that dynamic of one is left behind, and there's some jealousy there, but not to the point of poisoning a sister relationship. So when Mary comes home and shares what she's learned, there's love and joy, and I really like that dynamic. So that ends the honorable mentions. So moving on to my top 5 books with sisters. Coming in number 5 is a classic. It is Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I just love the relationship between Jane and Lizzie Bennet, especially because we get to see the affection and what it looks like in a sister relationship when you actually like to spend time with one another. And in this society, that is what young women of a gentleman society did, is they spent a lot of time with their families. So it's nice to see sisters that are very affectionate and then also share things. I would say that Jane probably knows most about Lizzie's inner turmoils and inner thoughts about things. In fact, when Lizzie has an update on her feelings, Jane is the one who finds out first. So I have Death by Dumpling by Vivian Chen, and this is Lana, and I'm forgetting her older sister's name, but the older sister, and Lana has kind of put on a pedestal because her older sister is going to law school and has goals and things that she wants to do, and Lana wants to be successful but is not specific. And we kind of find out in the series that her mom is like, Lana, the restaurant is just what fits for you. It makes sense. Everybody kind of sees it, and Lana has to kind of lean into that. And so we at first kind of see Lana trying to keep her older sister at arm's length because she is feeling inadequate. But we get to see the older sister no, you're my sister, come on, we're gonna do this together. I can help you do these things. She still wants to be in her sister's life, and it's a relationship that I like to see. Beauty by Robin McKinley. In this we have 3 sisters. We have Grace, Hope, and Honor. And then Honor, as a kid, didn't understand her name, so she was like, I'd rather be known as Beauty, hence the name Beauty. And it is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. So of course a lot of this book is, Beauty on her own with the Beast character, but we get a lot of the family dynamic before that happens. And we get to see where the sisters very much do lean on one another and that they work together as a unit and as a family to solve their issues. And, when Beauty is with the Beast, she misses her sisters because she has that real connection with them. Coming in at number 2, I have The Viscount Who Loved Me by Julia Quinn. And the sister relationship here I like is between Kate and Edwina. And this is specifically the book, not the TV show. Because in the TV show, the sisters have a different dynamic. In the book, while Kate is very much the older sister personality and wants to make sure that her younger sister is going to make a good match, you very much have their mother there, who is a force and presence. And also, Edwina is not a wallflower. She is not somebody who's just oh, I want comfort and good things. Edwina wants a scholar. She wants to have someone she can have talks about books with. She has wants of her own. And so Kate is actually looking for someone who will make Edwina happy, not just trying to keep her away from someone who she thinks is a mistake, but that in the TV show, Edwina is all for it. So like I said, it's a very different dynamic in the book, and I really love it, especially as Edwina can kind of see that Kate's fallen for Anthony. Or, she's like, oh, hey, maybe you should be, he should be interested in you, and kind of teases her sister about it, which you don't have that dynamic in the show. So I love the sister dynamic in the book very much. And then my favorite sister relationship is the one in Book Lovers. And I'm horrible with remembering character names off the top of my head. But this one, we have 2 sisters, one who, as an older sister, has always felt like she was responsible for taking care of her younger sister while their mom was at work or doing other things. And so she kind of sees herself as her younger sister's caretaker, and she's there to take care of her when she needs it. Her younger sister is married, has a husband, kids now, and she wants to go on a sister trip. we see in this dynamic, the younger sister loves her older sister, but she wants to break her older sister of the idea that she has to take care of her. She's like, no, my husband and I can do this. It's okay. You don't have to take care of me. I was like, I don't need you as a mom or dad. And through their conversations, we get to see where the older sister had an idea of what their dynamic was. The younger sister never liked that growing up. She wanted a sister. She didn't want someone who was thrust into a parent role, which is what she thought their mom was doing to the older sister. And we get to have some fun relationship conversations of what it's like of when you're kids and when you're adult, your relationship is going to change. Also, I could totally see my younger sister trying to take me on a trip because she wanted me to move to a country area with her from a city. I could kind of see where both sisters are having to change their expectations of their relationships with one another, and then they find something that works and fits for them. And that's why it's my favorite. So what are some of your favorite books with sisters? And healthy sister dynamics, not toxic. Also, I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of these books are romances. I didn't realize how much romances try to have healthy relationships with not just like the love interest, but also with other dynamics in the family. So I thought that was kind of interesting. But thank you and have a great day.